Whenever you're creating a slideshow, you're going to want to add new slides in. Now, whenever we add a new slide, there is a plus button right here that will just add in a new slide, and usually it uses this layout right here. Now, sometimes you're going to want to use a layout that's a little bit different. So maybe you don't want something with a title at the top and then a section for text underneath instead. What you can do when you go to add a new slide is, instead of just clicking on this plus button, go to this little button right next to it, and when you hover over it, it says New Slide with Layout. And you'll see when I click on that, besides just the title and body section, it gives me a whole bunch of different options. So I could do something like this, where it just wants me to add in a main point. I could do something like this, where it has two different sections to type. So you can go through and find the one that fits best for what you're trying to do, and then choose that. Now let's say that you've already started working on a slide and you decide that you want to change the layout of that slide. If you don't have anything clicked on this slide, you'll notice that there's a section up here that says Layout, and then I can go up and I can actually change the layout of that particular slide. Now if you have something clicked on here, you'll notice that there is no option for that. So if I go up to Slide, the Slide menu button, I can now go down to Apply Layout, and then again you'll see the different options here, so I can go in and change it up in the way that I need to. Now maybe you added a slide that you now realize that you don't need. You can actually, over on the left hand side here, if you right click on a button, it gives you, or right click on a slide, it gives you some different options. So you can even choose a layout from here, and there's some other things in here that we'll talk about in other videos as well. I can duplicate it, so that will allow me to make an exact copy of that slide. So if I right click and do duplicate, that will allow me to add that in, or I can right click and do delete as well. So I can go through and delete whatever slides I do not need. That way I can make sure that my presentation is nice and clean.